Hello, my name is Rodrigo Lopez. I was born in Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. I'm 36 years old, and I've been playing professionally for 21 years now. Um, it's been a roller coaster ride, to say the least. A lot of ups and downs, but I'm very grateful for what I have. Very grateful for what I've accomplished, even if it's not, at the highest level. I think, I set myself standards and goals and dreams, and I was able to achieve many of them. So I'm very proud of that. Um, I'm very fortunate now to be part of Resilient Soccer and to be part of this project, this platform that helps athletes, helps soccer players be the best version they could be, whether it's youth soccer or professional college, whatever it is. I think it's very important to work on the mental side of the game, and um, obviously, I think 80, 80 to 85% of it is mental. So we have to actually be very strong in that regard, and sometimes it's the hardest thing to work. So one of the stories that I want to touch upon and tell everyone or share my story was one when I was in Toluca. Um, I was drafted by Toluca when I was 30 years old. And drafted, I mean, in Mexico, they have this draft. They used to have this draft at the end of every season, and that's when teams were able to trade or get players on loan or buy players, sell players, whatever the case would be. Um, I was 30 years old, and I had been playing MLS, USL, uh, second division in Mexico, and I had three good seasons in Mexico prior to being transferred to Toluca, for a big club for me in Mexico, top club that I grew watching, that has a big history. So I get drafted by Toluca. I was very excited. I was in great form. I had just gotten married, and I showed a preseason. I show up to preseason, and many top players that I looked up to, watching on TV. But I get there, and I feel like I had the level, if not more level or more to offer than a lot of the players there. So, I felt very comfortable the day I got there. The coaching staff made me feel welcome. The players, everyone that was part of the organization or part of the club. We go to preseason. We have a long preseason at the beach, 2 weeks doing double days, triple days. And for me, working hard was a big part um, of my essence, of who I was, and coming from an American culture where we're so um, disciplined, and we love to work hard whenever we're doing something, and we get to preseason, and I'm having a great preseason. Um, we leave the beach. We then go play a preseason game, two preseason games, excuse me, in Dallas, where we played Cruz Azul at Conbowl in front of maybe 40,000 people. That was my first preseason game. I maybe came in off the bench when we were down 2-0. Um, Maybe with 30 minutes left, played really well. Had another preseason game, played well as well, coming in as a sub. And, you know, that week, one of the center midfielders got hurt. So it was my chance to play the second to last preseason game in Austin. So we're playing Santos Laguna in a preseason game, maybe a week and a half before season started. He gives me the start. I have a phenomenal game. I played really well. But during that game, I picked up a really bad injury. Um, I I go and I go and slide tackle as one of their midfielders is trying to shoot on goal, and he hits the bottom of my cleat right in the corner. Um, and all of a sudden, I just couldn't walk. I couldn't get up. This was right before halftime. I was able to finish half. I go in at halftime, and the doctors, the coaches are asking me if I'm okay, and you know that was my that was my ultimate dream growing up, playing first division in Mexico, and I wanted to be brave, and I wanted to show them that I really wanted to be there. So um, I get an injection at halftime to maybe help with the pain, um, and I played the second half. I finished the game. We went to penalties. I scored the penalty, so I think the adrenaline and the medication helped me get through that. Um, we fly back to Toluca on a Sunday. Monday we do regen, and I couldn't walk. I just couldn't walk the day after. On Sunday, at the airport, going back home, it would hurt a lot to walk, and it was something that I just really hope there was something that could be done to get rid of that pain. So Monday I show up, coaching staff is expecting me to play the first game of the season against Chivas. On Tuesday we have another friendly. So Monday we're at training, and I told the doctor, look, I can't even walk. I don't know if I could put on cleats. I don't know if I could train. So I'm in the training room. The assistant coach comes up to me and he said, hey, this is your opportunity. You're gonna let go of it because of this. And I don't think they understood how injured I was and how much pain I was in. So I'm in the training room. The assistant coach comes up to me, and he tells me, like, hey, this is your chance. There's your chance to prove yourself and to play First Division in Mexico. So I toughened it up. I put my cleats on. I put my runners on, and I went out to the field. I told the doctor, let me train. I'll figure it out. And that Tuesday we played. The next day we played a preseason game, and I could tell it was hurting. Yeah, coach said, hey, give me 30, 45 minutes and we'll take you out. So I was able to finish the half, and he subbed me out. But I knew at that point I wasn't ready to play. I wasn't ready. Mentally it was killing me, because I was second doubting myself in everything I did on the field. So you as athletes should know how that feels. And but I sucked it up. I played. I started against Chivas the first game of the season, which Chivas had been the champions the previous tournament, in Guadalajara, my hometown, with all my family there, and I was just really nervous. Mentally, I don't think I was so much focused in everything else going around, but just me and how much pain I was in, and how I knew I wasn't, physically able to be my best version, the version that got me there, and the version that I wanted to expose and show everyone. So I don't think I had a best game. I started 9 games after that, injured as well. The pain wouldn't go away. It would actually get worse and worse. I started 9 games, and I feel like I did okay, but I didn't reach the potential that I really wanted to. And I feel like mentally I was not where I should have been. There was a lot of things that I could have done maybe. Nowadays you work more on the mental side of it, but more things I could have done, I think, to help me on that side, because I already knew I wasn't physically able to play, and mentally it was killing me. It was draining me. I was having second thoughts about myself playing as a player in First Division, and after 9 games, the player that was ahead of me now at this point, got back from his injury, and they started playing him again, and I hardly saw the field again. And after that season, my loan was over, and I went back to Celaya. They didn't take my option to buy. So for me, that was a story that I want to share, because I wish I had someone to help me on the mental side at least, and to get me through that process, to help me in some way, be a better version. And maybe if it was just guidance of how to approach it, and how to go to the coaching staff and say I couldn't play, or help me mentally be on that field, and not second guess myself, and not doubt myself, and being able to provide a little more for the team, and give myself a better chance to feel the version that I wanted to be. So that's a story that I want to say. And I'm so glad that there's so many things now about mental health, and now we have this platform to be able to help others, to be able to help people that maybe are starting to feel what I felt back then, and could get help early to avoid all those problems, and to avoid all those doubts and mental issues that you're having within yourself. So I think this is a great platform. I'm very happy to be on board, and hopefully I can help many others achieve their dreams, their goals, whatever it is, with this, with my stories, with my 21 years of experience, and to show how mentally it is very important to be mentally strong in this game. Thank you, guys.